Purchasing the right auto policy is tough, especially when they make it so hard to understand. You want to trust that your agent will pick the right coverage for you, but you just don't know until an accident actually happens. Well, I'm going to show you what to look for when you're purchasing your auto policy. Here we can see a basic example of an auto policy. When you're choosing your auto policy, there are 3 things you want to consider. First is coverage, the second is your limits, and the third is your deductible. The coverage section details what exactly your policy will protect you from in the event of an accident or an emergency. Second are the limits, and that's how much the policy will pay out based off of what happens in the accident. And the third is the deductible, which is how much you will be responsible for when your vehicle is damaged or if there's an emergency. In this video, I'm going to discuss bodily injury coverage. And bodily injury coverage will protect you, the policyholder, if you ever cause an accident and cause bodily injury to another driver, a pedestrian, or an unrelated passenger in your vehicle. The bodily injury coverage is considered third-party coverage and can help to cover medical expenses, lost income compensation, and legal fees resulting from the accident. Now, when you purchase your bodily injury coverage, you get to set the limits in which your policy will be able to cover you. And the limit is broken down into 2 parts. A per person limit and a per occurrence limit. The per person limit details how much each individual person can claim from the insurance company after the accident. The per occurrence limit details how much the insurance company will pay out in total for all the injuries for that one accident. So for example, if you're found to be at fault for an accident and your bodily injury limits are $50,000 per person and $100,000 per occurrence, if 2 people were injured in the accident and both of them had medical bills that totaled $40,000, then your policy would have enough coverage to pay for their medical bills. Now let's say if 2 people were injured in the accident and person A had medical bills that totaled $60,000 and person B had medical bills for $40,000, person A would only receive $50,000 from your insurance company and could sue you for the remaining $10,000. Now let's say 3 people are injured in the accident and they each have $50,000 worth of medical bills. Whoever puts their claims in first will receive the payout until the limits have run up. Each state has a minimum bodily injury requirement that each person has to carry on their policy. I'll place a link to this chart in the description below. You can also have what's called a combined single limit, where it's one limit amount that is used to pay for all of the bodily injury and all the property damage expenses. So let's say, for example, you have a $1 million combined single limit. The insurance company will pay out all of the bodily injury claims and all the property damage claims up until that $1 million limit is reached. So remember, your bodily injury coverage is broken down into 2 parts, the per person and per occurrence limit. The per person details how much each person will get from the accident, and per occurrence details how much the insurance company will pay out in total. If you found this information helpful, share it with a friend. And as always, thank you for allowing the Insurance Quotient to keep you informed.